Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Project Ozone 3 Kappa mode. Oh yeah, guys. Last episode, we set up this wood farm. We are farming Big Brother, which is giving us all sorts of drops. Lots of the Landia ores, or I guess the ingots. We are getting a bunch of nether stars, and we also set up a nether star generator. So the nether star generator is essentially powering the wood farm, which is making more nether stars. Yeah, so we're getting a surplus of nether stars. We're getting emeralds, ender pearls, diamonds, all these different ores, a lot of things that we're throwing away. Yeah, this farm is crazy. Very, very crazy for what it is. I think this episode, though, we're going to go ahead and put this on the back burner. I think this episode, I was kind of going through the different quests that we have available. I do think that we should start into blood magic. We are going to need this mod. In fact, we already have a lot of these quests knocked out. But we never unlocked the book, so it never unlocked these other quests. But yeah, I think we should jump into blood magic today. So that's what we're going to do. So the first thing that we need to do is to make ourselves the blood magic book. Let me click on the quest and click on this. So that requires us to have searing crystals, a book and quill, and coagulated blood drops. So coagulated blood drops we have to get from a drying rack. You put coagulated blood onto the drying rack, wait 5 minutes, and then you get yourself the blood drop. The coagulated blood looks like you put rotten flesh into the smeltery and then you cast it out, or you can, use a bunch of different other methods of doing it. But yeah, essentially it's all the same way. So in the smeltery you get 40 millibuckets, and I think it's 144. Actually, does it say how much it is? 160. So you need 4 of the rotten flesh to make a coagulated blood drop. So we need 16 rotten flesh in a smeltery. That's easy enough. Got all of the rotten flesh. Smeltery, we need the searing tank, the controller, a drain, casting table, and a bunch of these blocks. Is that all we need? Maybe we're gonna want to get ourselves a translocator. And probably some glowstone to go along with that. I think that's probably about all we need to do this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set this thing up over here. Just set it up next to where we have our tick acceleration. I don't know if the smelter is actually going to get affected by it. I've set this thing up a little bit ago and then I tore it down. It's just one of those things, like, I haven't really found a permanent home for this thing. I kind of set it up every now and then for one thing or another, but I don't really know where I want to put this thing permanently, so I just haven't put it anywhere, to be honest. So the smeltery only needs to be 2 layers tall for doing a 3x3 interior. Because it does 9 blocks total, right? So we need 16 blocks, and that should be more than adequate. Okay, put another torch right here. So it needs lava, and then we need to get a drain on here so we can cast out. So lava will go here, and then we'll put our casting table right here, and then we will put the drain right there, and let's get the rotten flesh smelting immediately, and that happens real fast. It's already done. Wow. Okay, very good. So this and this, and then we'll just pour that down like so. Yeah, this is happening really fast. Is this being affected by the tick acceleration? It feels like it, but maybe not. This is just real fast. Awesome. That's it. We're done. We can tear this whole thing down again. All right, bye-bye smeltery. You are big and don't really fit around here. So now that we have the coagulated blood drops, the next thing we need to do is put that onto the drying racks. I don't think we've made any, so drying rack should just be a couple of slabs. 3 slabs, in fact. We need 4 of those. I am definitely going to tick accelerate this because ain't nobody got time to wait around for 5 minutes for these things to turn into the coagulated blood drops. So we'll just place those like that. I'm going to grab the wand so we can do the horologium ritual over here. I'm looking for the linking wand, and it is in here somewhere, and I don't see it because I am blind. I still don't see it. There it is. I found it. Found it. You guys probably saw it a long time ago, and you're like, oh, this idiot can't find it. Anyway, let's get over here, and we will click this thing so we can link, and then we will move our other ritual anchor over by the drying rack. So we just set up. So we place that over here, right click it, and these things should go quite quickly as soon as they get affected. Or maybe they don't. Although I seem to recall Tinker's Construct, like when you have the smeltery affected by that, like you're drying, yeah, that happens faster than what the tooltip says. When you're drying like or cooling a casting basin full of iron, it'll be like 15%, then it hardens. It doesn't actually update correctly. So even though the tooltip didn't look like it was updating, it did actually update. So that is quite nice that it happens that fast. I like it. Okay, we'll put the ritual anchor back over here because that is where I need it for our different machines. So we have the coagulated blood drops now. So we were trying to make the blood magic book, and I don't remember what it's called, this thing. Let's just bookmark that so we have it for later. Okay, so if I do this and this, now we can do that very easily. Put away all the smeltery stuff. So we should get a few quests complete here, I do believe. Yeah, because we made the snares. And we did make the blood altar. All the quests complete. There might be 2 more. What else do we got here? Yeah, the weak blood orb as well. All right, that should be the last one. Let's go ahead and claim everything. I saw we had some other quests to claim here. So we have the Magma Crucible and Fluid Transposer. We'll claim those. And then we also had under Lambda, the Antlion Overlord. So let's claim that as well. So getting back to the news section, probably the next thing that we want to do, the incense altar is really good for filling it up using our own life essence. And then we're also going to need to do the Hellfire Forge. I'm not sure which one we should do first, so let's just bookmark both of them because we are going to get both of them done. So Hellfire Forge requires something crazy. That is a condensed flame, which actually is not that crazy. It looks crazy. Searing crystals around chiseled stone or around stone. Searing crystals. We only have 6. We needed 8 of those. So the recipe for that is a bucket of lava with some simple crystals. That's easy enough. We needed, was it 4 of those? And then a bucket of lava. Do we have lava in here? We do. Awesome. Okay, so over to our arcane workbench. We'll place down the simple crystals plus the lava, and there we go. And was it over here we had to do the craft as well? I think we might as well try. Yep, there we go. So there is the condensed flame. Okay, so now that we have that done, if we come back over here, we should be able to do this. Hellfire Forge, awesome. And then the incense altar requires some stuff here. What are we missing for that? We're missing 1 piece of charcoal. Well, that's easy enough. We don't have any wood. Okay. So let's grab some wood essence. I think I saw there was cinnamon wood in there, but that's fine. We'll just go ahead and make some charcoal anyway. We got plenty of that wood essence. Okay, and incense altar get. Right, so now that we have that, it gave us a divination sigil, which is very good. We need this to see more information about the altar. It gave us some rudimentary snares, which we don't really need anymore, I don't think. Put the RAK away. We are up to 1,422 of those. So we can get rid of these. Don't need that book anymore. Don't need the Nether Star generator anymore. So now that we have this stuff, the next quest that it wants us to do, we can do the arcane ash, which we're going to need to make the tartaric gem. So what does this cost? So we need white dye, coal or charcoal, gunpowder, and redstone. And then we need a demonic will. I think it costs, it costs 0 will. So redstone, white, charcoal, gunpowder. Redstone, bone meal, charcoal, and gunpowder. So we have all of that stuff. We'll just set this thing down real quick and do it right here. So this is this and that. Do I need a demonic will in here for that to operate? I think I might. It says it uses 0 will, but I think it has to have an item there in order to do anything. Yeah, it does. Okay. So we have the will quality, which is very poor, but that's fine. It's not using anything. So now we have the arcane ash. Now the arcane ash, you can enchant with unbreaking and mending. So essentially you can use this one over and over and over again. Normally it has like a durability that you can only use it so many times, but if you can put like mending on it and unbreaking, well, I guess we don't have unbreaking, but we can make unbreaking. What is, actually, I guess we can search for it right here. Unbreaking 3. That costs 3 obsidian, a book, and 9 lapis. I think we can do that. I definitely don't want to have to keep making arcane ashes, so we're going to do it this way. Lapis, book. And then we're probably going to need some XP, and I have some solidified XP on me. Plenty in the applied energistic system as well. I didn't see how much we needed. I'm sure that's more than enough though. Okay, so we wanted this plus that and 26 levels. Okay, so mending and unbreaking, yeah, that's gonna be really good. As far as an anvil goes, I don't think we ever sat one out. I guess I can put this over here by this guy. Okay, so Arcane Ashes mending 2 levels. Arcane Ashes plus Unbreaking 4 levels. Easy. So now we can repair our Arcane Ashes and never have to worry about making more of them, as long as we pay attention to its durability, that is. All right, so we can put all of this stuff away. Don't need that anymore. Don't need that, and don't need that. Very good. So let's go and claim this. Moving on, we needed to make the Petty Tartaric Gem. So the Petty Tartaric Gem is made in the Hellfire Forge, but this does require 1 will, and we don't have a single will to our name yet. We have part of a will. So we need to go to the hunting dimension, throw a snare at a mob, and get the will. You know, since we have to do that, it might make sense for us to just go ahead and make the... Oh, I don't know if we can make the Sentient Iron Sword yet. Sentient Iron Sword. This makes it so you don't have to throw the snares at mobs. You can just kill them with the sword, or put it in your main hand and shoot them with the bow in your offhand, which still applies the same effect, which I will most likely do. That does require us to have a Petty Tartaric Gem. So we're going to make the first one, and then we're going to turn it into this sword, and then we'll farm up a whole bunch of them. So that's definitely the plan here. So we do need the, the snares. We need these things. So let me bow, snare, sword. We'll do all this stuff. We'll go back to the hunting dimension. So since last episode, I did improve the hunting dimension area. Yeah, I decided that the little cramped cobblestone room that we had, no good anymore. Got rid of the portal. We only have our dislocator to get back. And if something should happen, we have the portal frame here, which we can just right click with a sword and reopen the portal to get back to the overworld. So I made a whole bunch of interdiction torches, and I have that lined all the way around our building here. So no mobs, including spiders, should be able to get close to the building and like get up on the roof. I guess I never lit up the roof. That's something else I should do here. That's easy enough though. Put some torches up here, make sure nothing spawns. And there, I think I moved that one over. Okay, very good. So now the fun part, we need to throw the snares at a monster and then kill them. So let's throw it at you. So I'm not seeing particles, but I think we had this problem before where I threw the snares at a monster and it didn't gain particles. I can't remember if it was... Oh, you know what it was? I think it was the monsters in the hunting dimension. It didn't work. I had to do it in monsters in the overworld. Is that right? Maybe it's just this dimension. It won't work. Okay. I do know, and this might be part of it, when you eat, like you have buffs on you, when you eat food here, it goes at like a really fast rate. So like normally down here, this timer goes at 1 second, but you can see it's going much faster than that. I wonder if the snare isn't being applied to the monsters, but it's like wearing off very, very quickly because time is accelerated in this dimension. I'm not actually sure. Whoa. Game just crashed. All right, so I'll try and Landia dimension. Doesn't look like we're getting particles. There we go. Those are the particles we're looking for. I'll just go ahead and kill Mr. Zombie now. And there is a will with 195. I guess I'll do this with a few more since we have the snares and we're here. Might as well. That one is 4. That's actually pretty good. There was a skeleton over here. We'll get the skeleton with it. Yeah, I kind of feel like the hunting dimension just doesn't work, or maybe it just doesn't work on skeletons. I'm actually not sure. There it goes. No, it does. It definitely works on skeletons. We're just unlucky. And that one, yeah, another 4. That's good. Okay, so that should be all of the demonic will that we need. I'm not sure what happened there when I warped away from the last dimension. The game didn't crash, but it locked up the game, and then it went back to the title screen after a little bit, said a fatal error occurred. Anyway, so we can put this stuff away. Right. So we are trying to make ourselves the Petty Tartaric Gem, and that requires glass, lapis, gold, and redstone. Lapis, gold, redstone, and glass. Easy, easy. Okay, so we put all of that into here. Doesn't matter what order they are in, and then we just need 1 will in order to craft it. And then we needed an iron sword so we can make the sentient iron sword. So just a stick, I guess, right? All right, so let's put this in our inventory so we get credit for it. And then we'll put this and this in here, and that will craft into the sentient iron sword. Awesome. So we should get credit for that one as well. Nice. All right, so if we put this in our main hand, whenever we go and kill monsters now, say in Landia or whichever dimension, they should always drop, well, not always, I guess that's probably incorrect. They should be able to drop the demonic wills. So like right there, the spider should drop one. Yeah, I don't think regular passive mobs, only like hostile ones will drop. So that's pretty good. You don't have to worry about the durability on the tool or on the weapon. All you gotta do is just kill it as long as it's in your main hand and you are pretty much good to go. So next step is we need to make some more of those Tartaric gems so we can store the demonic will, so we don't have it in item form. They'll store inside the Tartaric gem. So I'll make another petty one and then we will move on. Okay, so now that we have the petty Tartaric gem, we can throw these demonic wills on the ground, and as we collect them, it should go into this. So we're saving space in our inventory and we're filling up the Tartaric gem. So all of these guys will just throw onto the ground, and now all of our will is here and we can use this in that spot. So the Tartaric gem, we are going to need to make the next tiers. Go back to the quest. And the next one wants us to make the lesser Tartaric gem. And that guy requires a petty. So pretty much I have to make another petty Tartaric gem once again. Do the same thing, we'll level it up. And this one requires a minimum of 60 will in our petty Tartaric gem. So once you have 60, you can do the craft, but it only will drain 20 out of it. So the petty Tartaric gem, I don't think it says how much it holds. It's probably like 65 or 64 or something like that. Anyway, we just need to go kill monsters, fill this up, do the craft. I'll be back. Well, I didn't go and fill up the Tartaric gem yet. I did make a second one, so we have another petty one here, and then the one that we're about to fill up. But I'm realizing right now that we should get ourselves a better magnet. We probably should have made this a little while ago, but I'm going to go ahead and make the one that I like, and that is the one from Draconic Evolution. Now, it does make some sound when it picks up items, but you can turn it on and off, and like when you throw items on the ground or whatever, it picks it up immediately, or at least it used to. I think that might have been changed, but either way, I like this magnet a lot. So that requires an item dislocator, which requires a regular dislocator. So we have to make one of these again. So that is just an Eye of Ender, and then we have to do the sugar thing, which I don't think we had anymore. So we'll make another one of these. Throw that in here, get the sugar infused rods. And now we should be able to make ourselves a dislocator. All right, so there's one of those, and now we should be able to make the item dislocator. So this also can go into the bauble slot. You can assign it to a hotkey, so you can turn that on and off, which is also pretty nice. I'm not sure what the hotkey is for this. I'll have to figure that out, but I do know, like if we go into controls and we search for a draconic, a toggle item dislocator. So I should probably set this to maybe like X or something. I don't know what X is set to. Let's find out. X. So we have quest journal for Lordcraft, don't care. Armor effects from Project D, don't care. And load toolbar activator for creative mode, don't care about that either. So now I can turn my magnet on and off whenever I want to. Yep, so going around and killing monsters and collecting the items is going to be so much better now. So I'm just going to go ahead and go back to Landia once again, just start killing all sorts of monsters, collecting their drops. Maybe Landia isn't the best one because these zombie crabmen you can't like shoot with an arrow, right? They just bounce right off. So those are monsters that we can't interact with as far as collecting the demonic wills and stuff. But anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and fill up our Petty Tartaric gem, start making the next one. We'll be back, guys. All right, guys, so we made it all the way to the Lesser Tartaric gem. We cannot make the common one because that requires us to have imbued slate, which is made through the blood altar, but you need a tier 3 blood altar, and we only got a tier 1. So we have to hard stop right here until we upgrade our altar. So one of the next quests wants us to put a book into our blood altar tier 1. It uses 1,000 LP to make the book that tells you how to upgrade the altar itself. So if I shift right click, we can tell it which level. So we want level 2. If I right click here, it should place down some blocks that kind of tells you where you need to place stuff to make this a tier 2 altar. I think shift right click. Yeah, there we go. So you shift right click and it's like, oh yeah, you gotta do that in order to make it to the next tier. But we're not gonna place it right there. We're actually gonna move the altar up. We don't want the altar going down into the ground. And then we're also gotta figure out where we're gonna place this altar. So I think the top tier is like 23 by 23 blocks. It's quite large. Like you think the astral sorcery thing is pretty large. I think the blood altar is bigger. I'm not sure if the blood altar goes to a tier 6 in this pack or not. I mean, it says tier 6 right here. If I right click this. Yeah, looks like it probably could go to a tier 6. Well, anyway, that'll give us like a nice idea of the size of it. And then we can kind of like position the altar based on that. Yeah, I think that's exactly what we're going to want to do. So how tall is this thing? Ooh, we got to kind of look at the altar in order to see these ghost blocks. So it goes down 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks below the ground here. So we go 4 blocks below. So that'd be 5. And then the altar would be the 6th block. So we need to place the altar 6 blocks above the ground. Shift right click it with the book. And then we can see exactly how the structure is laid out. So I'm going to go ahead and move the altar and try and get it into a position where we're going to keep it permanently. And then we'll be right back, guys. All right, so we have the blood altar installed, and I took the liberty of kind of like making it look better. I put netherrack where all of the different rune stones are going to be. I put dark glass where there's just like, you know, whatever, there has to be some kind of a block there. On these very last ones, I think they are like crystal clusters or something. It's a purple color block. It's not purple stained glass, but I put purple stained glass to represent that. We have to have beacons right here. They don't have to have beacon bases. I decided to put the iron here so we have the beams, and then I put a red stained glass on top of the beacon to make it red since this is blood magic. Makes kind of sense. And it looks kind of cool. These are supposed to be red, large red blood tiles or large blood tile stones or whatever. Anyway, I put redstone here to represent that, so this isn't the correct block, but we will replace those eventually. These are supposed to be glowstone right here, so those are in fact correct, but we are still at a level 1 blood altar. We don't have any rune stones in these 8 blocks here, and then that'll make it a tier 2, and then we got to replace these with more stone to make that a tier 3, and the glowstone is correct like I said. So yeah, we gotta make, I think, what is that, 28? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 plus 8. 28 rune stones, or they're not rune stones. What are they called? The bloodstones or whatever, the altar stuff, in order to upgrade this. But anyway, the next thing I want to do is start looking at the incense altar. The incense altar is a great way for you to fill up your blood altar. It'll take the dagger of sacrifice, the sacrificial dagger, and it'll make it so you only have to right click it once, and it'll take your health down to, I think, half a heart or somewhere around there, maybe 10% or whatever your health is supposed to be. And then it'll give you a bonus to how much blood goes into the blood altar. So it's like a lot more efficient than right clicking this thing a bunch of times, but it does require a little bit of setup for this thing to work. So we want to set that up like underneath our blood altar. And it's been a minute since I last did this, but I think it has to be within like 8 blocks or 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe we'll put it right here. Now, the thing is about this altar, the incense altar, like I said, it has to be within a certain distance. You can see that my dagger has now changed, right? But there are some things that you have to do. This requires a multi-block in order for this to be good. So you have to go and make certain path stones or path blocks. And I don't remember the order these goes in. I think it's wood goes around it, and then you go to stone. Maybe these are in order in JEI. But yeah, you have to put wood around, and then on top of those wood, or in the area where you put the wood path blocks, you have to put in stuff to up your tranquility. So like grass, running water, blood, liquid essence. Like there's a bunch of different things. So we'll look at that here in a little bit. But right away, just by putting this blood or the incense altar right there, if I right click the dagger, it'll use all of my HP, and then it will slowly refill over time. Yep. And then it put in 300 or 3,900 life essence into the altar, which is pretty cool. It is slowly going down because it's filling up the internal tank. It uses one full bucket to do that. But anyway, if we have our HP always being full, or I guess our saturation, we can do this over and over again. It does give you soul free. We have the astral sorcery thing, which should get rid of negative status effects, and I think it happens randomly. At least it should happen randomly. And then we can do that a little bit more often than what we normally would be able to. But anyway, we'll do that. Now we are just about full on the altar. Maybe the astral sorcery thing doesn't work as well as I thought it does. Maybe you need like the draconic armor or something to do that. But regardless, this is the way we have our altar set up now. The next step is we have to start making the blank slates. Yeah, so the blank slates will allow us to make the blank runes, and those are like at least what you need in order to up the tier of the altar. So yeah, we needed a tier 3 altar to make the common tartaric gem, I do believe, because we need these imbued. So at the very minimum, we have to make those 28 blank slates, blank runes. And the blank runes require 2 blank slates, so we need 56 imbued inscription tiles. Yeah, lots of stuff to do here. That is a lot of ironwood. Maybe at this point, it would be a good idea for us to make the ironwood seeds. Is that even something that we can do? Ironwood seed. Like, how far away? That's a tier 3. It does require Botania in order to do this. And intermediate essence. And then we also need at least 36 ironwood to make these blocks. I think that's something that we should do. We're collecting the Garfax ingots, and we are also collecting the Fricyon ingots. Yeah, you know what? I think we're going to go ahead and make those. Okay, so we need to get ourselves 1 mana diamond. Just drop that into the mana pool here. And then all of these things, 4 intermedium, 4 ironwood blocks, a tier 3 crafting seed, and that mana diamond all go on to our runic altar here. So in a little bit of time, it'll get enough mana on that craft that we can go ahead and make this seed. And then comes the fun part where we take it and then we 10 it. But at least at this point, we will never have to worry about ironwood again. And I won't miss that at all because I've been in the Twilight Forest so much in order to get ironwood. It was a little ridiculous when you turn that magnet off. So that and that. There we go. Awesome. You know, another thing that I should do at this point, let's go into our ability bottle. And we are going to get rid of the Hypnotizd effect. We no longer need that. That'll save our hunger a bit. We won't be using it as much since we have one less ability on. But yeah, this ironwood seed, that is awesome. Let's collect these rewards. We will collect the ones from Delta. Wrong button. This button. Collect that one. Yeah, that's our second one. We also did the Certus before. Is there any other quests that we need to complete or collect on? No, I think they are all been collected that we can collect. Okay, well, the next step is I need to go over to our area here. Is there anything special about these? That just requires farmland underneath it, nothing special. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and 10 these seeds, get a whole bunch of ironwood, and next episode, we should be able to continue on here. So we were able to, this episode, get our blood altar set up in such a way where at least we know where it'll permanently be. It's not set up, we're still at a tier 1 altar, even though this looks all fancy. There's nothing super great about it. Yeah, we were able to start into the Tartaric gems and all sorts of blood magic-y stuff. This mod is actually pretty cool. I do like it as far as magic mods go. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.